Today we're at the shop and we're gonna be doing ball joints on an 08 F250, so stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so we're gonna start by taking the wheel and tire off. If you don't know how to jack up a car, you probably shouldn't be doing this to begin with, so I'm gonna get started doing that, get it on jack stands, and we'll go from there.
You want the e-brake on? Yeah. Send it, bro.
I ain't that worried about it. I'm not worried about these jack stands.
There were two for $18. What's you worried about?
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
All right, tires off, up on jack stands. Yes, there are two. Harbor Freight has caused a little bit of trust issues here. All right, so now how I start is by taking the nut off the tie rod, which will give the whole spindle back and forth movement so I can get the caliper off. I'll hang it on the spring and get the whole spindle off to get the ball joints out. So here we go. What I do here is take the castle nut and I flip it over so you don't mess up the castle. Screw it back on. Out of the way. Trying to get it where the light's not in there. But there's two bolts on the caliper. There's one under here, right here. We're gonna take those out. And then we will hang up the caliper. Scoot that back in. Normally a screwdriver works, but the rotors aren't so hot on this truck. So I'm gonna get a little mini pry bar. Do it on the side that's opposite of your line. Sensor. On this side, there's an 8. Don't forget that one. Or when you drop the spindle, you're gonna rip it. Bolt that runs through here. I take that one completely out and then we'll take the big nut off. Now, we put it back on just to keep when the spindle drops and they drop loose. I don't want the spindle to hit the floor so it doesn't mess up the threads or damage the rotor. Just give it a smack right here. There it goes. No nut. Oh, those are floppy donkeys. All right, I'm gonna grab the ball joint press, a few other tools. I need my snap ring pliers for the bottom one, and we'll get these things out and the new ones in. Okie dokie. Got some new gloves on. We are gonna get back at it now. All right. To the Okay, so I'm using the ball joint press from Harbor Freight. Maddox, or however you say it. It's got a bunch of different attachments. It doesn't have all of them. Every car is different. The only thing I found that I need extra, since I don't have the add-on kit for it, is just a thick piece of steel. That's what I used on the other side when I was installing them. So that's all I needed for that. So let's get these guys out. Get the big one through. Slide it over. So when you tighten, it's going clockwise. So if you put it right there, it'll automatically stop. A little wire wheel that just fits in there. And then hit up here. I don't have one small enough to fit inside here, so just use a little flap wheel. I don't hit it hard, just enough to get some of this crap out of here. I can't even move these. Just a little love tap. That's kind of helps it wedge in there a little bit. This is where that other kit would help, because this isn't the best fit. Same with the other one. But it works. when we did this one, this cap, it fits in. But this one is too big. So that is where this piece of steel comes in. Oops. You don't need these two. Stick this over. Take your plate, your steel again, and stick it in there. As you can tell, we've got this spacer, the one from the original when you started doing it, and this, because neither one of those will fit. So you use this piece of steel to make it flat, and the ball joint isn't going to come out far enough to hit the metal, so you'll be good on that. We are done with that set. You can see, maybe. Ball joint is pressed all the way in, protruding out the back. Front one, all the way in. This one does not protrude, but it's all the way in. So now, time to put it back on. Okay, back at it. Let's get this whole assembly back in there. The ball joints are in. Let's get it back in and finish this up. I'm ready to go home, so let's get to it. So an easy way I found to do it is just with a floor jack. This needs to get out of the way. It's gonna stay. Bungee cords are a plus if you have them. Huge shop, I don't know where they're at. So we're just gonna set the spindle and rotor assembly up on the jack it up, guide it right in, and sometimes it'll slide through on the top. Sometimes we have to take that camber adjuster out. We'll see. I don't know if y'all can see, but the top of it has come through. We are just gonna spin that nut on. As you can see, maybe. They make ones you can buy that have like a nut on top of them, like a 6-point. It goes in there, it's all blown. That way when they do the alignment, they can twist it and it'll push that ball joint and cause it to, it'll adjust your camber. But it looks like it's sliding out, but we're gonna keep jacking up. It's pretty well in there. Tighten that down, jack it up. Get that sucker in there, you just tap this back in, it all goes in. One way, there's a ear on it that goes in between the crack, and then when you tighten it down, it'll pinch it. But with this tight on there, do we get our dust shield? Nope. So just like that, it is back in. Now, I believe you're supposed to torque these to about 150, but I usually just get it pretty snug. It's tapered. Keep in mind where your cotter pin goes through. Over here, snapper. Okie dokie. Alright, you can see bolts back in, nut and cotter pin are back in. Put the grease certs in last. That's in there. We gotta get the caliper. Snip. Okay, we are to the point to tire up. Speed sensor. Goes up top. Straight. Bottom. Ball joints are done, truck is back together, got my tools picked up, about to head home. If you would, leave me a like, and then in the comments, let me know what you thought, anything I can do better, maybe something that you didn't like, let me know that too. If you leave me a thumbs down, I have one request, just leave a comment of why you left the thumbs down. I'm not gonna call you out, I just wanna know what I can do to improve. But until next time, love each other. Thanks guys.